Hello everyone, welcome to Vic's Tarot Guidance. Welcome if you're new and welcome if you are returning to this channel. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. And if any of you are here interested in booking a personal tarot reading with me, all the information about that can be found in the description box below this video. So make sure to check that out if you are interested. Today we're going to be looking at another tarot reading, and the tarot reading for today is going to be what are or were their first impressions of you. So we're going to be looking at what the person on your mind thought when they first saw you, or what they felt when they first saw you. What were their initial first impressions of you? So we have three groups to choose from. We already also have some pre-picked cards. We are going to be putting these on the side, and we are first of all going to be getting some tarot, and then we're going to be looking at all of these pre-picked cards. So group number one today is going to be this beautiful amethyst. So this is a Chevron amethyst with white quartz for group number one here. Then for group number two, we have this beautiful green Aventurine crystal. So this beautiful one for group number two. And group number three today is going to be the beautiful gentle rose quartz crystal. All right. So you can feel into your person if you have a specific person. If you don't have a specific person, you can approach this tarot reading as a general reading as well. So what do people initially think of you when they see you? Do make sure to also note that this is a general reading and there are many people watching this video, so make sure to take what resonates and leave the rest for other people to find it and find those messages. So yeah, you can pause the video now if you need a little bit more time choosing your group. You can feel into the energy of your person if you feel like doing that, and then you can feel yourself guided to each specific group. You can be guided to more than one group. That's completely fine as well. That just means that you have messages in both or maybe even all three groups here. And also I want to point this out, this is also a timeless reading, so whenever you are finding this reading is completely wonderful and divine timing for you to be hearing these messages today. So all the timestamps for each specific group are listed in the description box and also in the comment section down below. So if you already know which group, which pile is the pile for you, you can scroll down below and click on your chosen group. And if you feel like you need a little bit more time, you can just pause the video and take all the time that you need. And I'll see all of you in your chosen piles. Hello, group number one. Welcome to your reading. So if you picked this Chevron amethyst today for your group, this is going to be a reading on what were your person's first impressions of you. As said, these are the pre-picked cards, and we are going to just put these on the side over here for the time being. So let's see what some of these oracle and tarot cards have to say about you guys. So Spirit, please, for group number one here, what were their person's first impressions of them? So what were their person's first impressions of group number one here? So what were their first impressions here, Spirit, please? What were the first impressions of this person? Okay, so some cards do want to come out, but not entirely. We have Saturn. Oh wow, that's quite a heavy energy. So we have Saturn wanting to come through for you. Let's see what else wants to come through. So we have the 7th house showing up for you guys. Let's see what else. What were group number one's person's first impressions of them? So first impressions of group number one, please, Spirit. What were their person's first impressions here? I am getting already just a specific type of energy. We have solar eclipse showing up for you guys? Yeah, just a very, very sort of grounding, heavy energy is what's coming through. And we have Ascendant. Okay, interesting energy. I never got Ascendant here before with this deck, so this is quite fascinating to me. I might have to look at the booklet to really just try to figure out what this even means here. We have the first house here on the bottom of the deck for you guys as well. All right, so let's get into it. So first of all, let's talk about Saturn here. Saturn is ruled by the Earth. It is ruled by Capricorn, so that might be a sign for you. But yeah, the words that come to mind when we think of Saturn, the words are restriction, work, lessons, resilience, karma, processes, structure, and order. So what I am feeling here is that there are quite a few things showing up here with Saturn. So how your person saw you when they first met you, this was basically just an energy of someone who is quite strong and resilient when it comes to just the physical reality, just the world that we all live in. This is also someone who is very oriented towards work is what I'm getting here. So with Saturn coming through, this is someone who is definitely almost like a workaholic type of person, someone who likes to work, someone who likes to build, someone who likes to sort of learn more and sort of accumulate knowledge. But it's not like it doesn't feel like it's the shadow of that energy. It's just that's the way that this person is. So this person saw you, your person saw you as someone who is thriving when it comes to work, someone who thrives in your area of expertise, for example, here. So Saturn also sometimes shows up when we are in the midst of a major life test, and it can feel like no matter what we do, we just can't get ahead. So this might be, this energy is also coming through that when this person first saw you, you were sort of like, I'm hearing the word tease for them, but what I'm getting here, you were presenting yourself as a challenge from this person's perspective. So it was almost like you came into this person's world when they were in quite a little bit of a bad place, or not that well, maybe mentally, maybe they were struggling with something, maybe they were struggling with their structure, with their order, with their habits, with who they are, with their rules, with just social order, for example. And you almost presented yourself as like an event, a major event that like reminded this person what is important to them and what really matters to them is what's coming through here for some of you. So the questions that might have arisen when your person saw you here with Saturn is, am I making a right, responsible choice? Or am I utilizing my tools to the best of my ability? For example, it feels like your person was going through quite a period of chaos and confusion at the time when you two met, and you were like, it feels like you were an important grounding point for them at the time to help them reorganize and restructure things, to help them reflect what no longer serves them, to help them see how they can effectively let go of things that they no longer need or are holding on to them because of being like a habitual thing for them. Or, also to focus on things that are important to them, like major goals and aspirations, for example, here. So yeah, that's what's coming through in terms of Saturn here. Let's see what, so now we have the 7th house here. The 7th house is like the realm of partnerships. The ruler of the seventh house is Libra and the planetary ruler is Venus. This is the element of air. This is the element of earth. What I'm getting here is quite a social setting. So I am feeling like you two did meet in a social setting. And I don't know, just it feels like it has to do with partnerships, what this person was struggling with. So some type of a connection, maybe something was going wrong and you were like a challenge for them, like maybe even like a tease, you know, are they going to take this step with you and maybe cheat on their partner? That's just for some of you, but that's the energy that I'm picking up here. It felt like there was a little bit like of a challenge, like a lesson that you were presenting towards this person. At least that's how it feels from their perspective. As I'm in their energy, it feels like that. It feels like you were like a good ice cream or a good cake, like a chocolate cake there with a cherry on top with a little bit of whipped cream, you know, when they should be on a diet. That's the type of energy I'm picking up here. But what I'm picking up here is it has to do with relationships here, with the seventh house being here with Libra. So yeah, this is about balance, evaluation, shifts, love, relationship, friendships, desire, and how one usually behaves in social settings. So what I'm getting here is that your person saw you as very desirable. They saw you as someone who is very balanced, someone very, I'm picking up someone very feminine. So very feminine, beautiful, gentle nature, very nurturing energy is what's coming through here. Very loving energy, very accepting energy. So what I'm feeling is that this person might have just seen you as a bit of an opposite of their partner if they were struggling with that type of energy here. Doesn't have to be, of course, but do take this if it resonates, or shift it to your own specific situation. But that's what I'm picking up here. There was something that this person was struggling with, and then you were there sort of like a challenge, but also as as a comfort to them. So their first impression of you was someone who's very sweet, someone nurturing, someone who is offering them friendship and love, and someone who is maybe even helping them to navigate their relationship with other people. So helping them to reflect also how they interact with other people here. So the seventh house, another thing that it can indicate is that it's time to expand the social circle. So for me here, it feels like this person might not have expected you to be like that, or a person of your like let's say status. They didn't expect you to have this maybe wisdom or this quality that you would offer these types of insights to them. It feels like there was a little bit like that surprise, like, oh my god, this person is, for example, so young, or is, I don't know, fill in the blank, but they have so much wisdom to offer me here in this aspect, in this area that I am struggling with. So I see that they saw you as someone quite smart, someone who was very much a guide to them in this interaction. They definitely saw you as very desirable. I am getting like the energy of, you know, the emoji with heart-shaped eyes. Like as I'm picking up this energy of the seventh house, it almost feels like that emoji. Like I'm feeling that energy, like my eyes are hearts, like my eyes are radiating love. And I feel like this person really saw you, and in a very beautiful light, very optimistic, gorgeous light, which was, and the energy that you were exhibiting was like a huge contrast to what they came from. Like if this was a social setting before, they might have, you know, been at home, for example. This is like just a general, let's say, scene. It doesn't have to be this, but this is just something to help me explain the energy. So it felt like maybe they were at home, sort of struggling, having like a little bit of a, let's say, conflicting situation with their wife, for example, or with someone. and then they went to the social setting, and then they met you, and you were like such a refreshing glass of water. Like, you know, you were warm, you were open, the energy between you was flowing, and they just felt that love towards you, and they saw you as this ultimate loving being, almost like a fairy, you know, almost like you are not real. That type of energy is what's coming through here. Then we have here the solar eclipse. The solar eclipse, let me just tell you a little bit about it. So a solar eclipse occurs when a new moon is directly between the sun and the earth and blocks out the sun's rays. So the solar eclipse carries the same potential for opportunity as the regular new moon, but it does come with a warning that you will reap 3 times what you sow. So you go forward with basically with clear purpose. So basically the keyword with this solar eclipse is basically like a little bit of a warning to be aware what type of action you're taking. The Saturn, that's really resonating. And it's just like a warning which way are you going with your life. I feel like their first impression of you was also that they saw your interaction as a warning for their own life and how they are living their own life. So what type of thing is going wrong for them? What type of thing are they not facing? What type of thing are they struggling with? That type of energy, you know, what are they doing wrong in their life? It sort of was slammed in their face here with the solar eclipse. And I feel like you really brought out a lot of reflection for this person here. I have to say, you know, there was like a lot of almost like bam, you know, you're going to be faced with a beautiful energy here, but this energy is also going to come with a warning for how you are living your life. And I feel like that's how they interpreted your interaction. That's what they saw, or that's the type of meaning that they made out of your interaction there. All right, so here now with the ascendant, we have moved towards this ascendant. And this is just very interesting. I had no idea ascendant was in this deck, to be quite honest. I completely forgot. But the ascendant energy is the energy of the mask. Yeah. Or the rising sign, as it's also known. But also, you know, this represents the energy, this represents is the authentic self, and the mask we wear to sort of hide that. It's also about taking a journey towards your authentic self, being aware of how you see and interpret your life, being aware of expression, and being aware of how you interact with people. So the ascendant here, I feel like this feels to me like you were telling this person, or how they interpreted you was in the way that they should be their own most authentic self, that they have to be their own authentic self to live a fruitful and beautiful life. They became aware of what they do have to offer the world. So I feel like through your interactions, they became aware of what they can give and the good sides of themselves. It feels like they saw you as the catalyst for their goodness, almost, you know. It's such a like contrasting energy to where they came from. For example, you know, with that fight before, it feels like it was such refreshing energy when they came towards your interaction. You were just such a, it feels like the energy of, oh my god, I don't know what it's called, you know. It's like Orlando Bloom is in the movie, and that Christine something, I don't know, it's like forever when I watch that movie, but it's like the energy of the pixie girl. I think that's a trope, like a very joyful person, someone who is smiling, someone who is laughing, someone who makes you just feel good and makes you recognize the good qualities in yourself and also in life. That's the type of energy I'm picking up here. And that's how they saw you, like a magic pixie girl. I feel like that's the trope. That's like the magic pixie girl person. That's the type of energy I'm picking up here. With the first house, I am getting they saw you as someone who likes to express themselves. They saw you as someone who might be even an extrovert, so this, take that with a grain of salt here, but I do feel like their first impression of you was that you are something fabulous, that you stick out. They felt like you were in the spotlight, like there was something special about you here. And yeah, I feel like they felt like they wanted to give you a lot of attention here, but also they felt like they were tied back a little bit because of their situation, their life situation. Still, it felt, the energy is very like magnetic, like it's very fiery. It's beautiful, loving, but it's also fiery here with the first house with Aries and Mars being here. And it's also like a very creative energy. It's very exciting energy. It's very much like the energy of beginnings, you know, starting something new, getting to know someone new. It's just very, very exciting. And I feel like your person also saw you as very exciting because of this whole energy around your interaction. All right, so yes, that's what I'm seeing here with these cards. I really went into quite in depth with all of these. I hope we are going to have enough time for all the other readings. So let's see now what else wants to come through here. We have the Ace of Wands, we have the Six of Cups, and we also, oh no, the Four, sorry. And we had the World. No, this is not Cups, this is Pentacles. So sorry, you guys. I'm having trouble sometimes interpreting these little signs. But yeah, okay. With the Ace of Wands, your person, their first impression of you was that you're very attractive, that you're very hot. They were definitely desiring you. Their first impression were that they actually want you, and that you are everything they would want to have. It almost feels like this is the type of person I see myself with. And again, it was such a huge contrast to where they came from before, because they were like, oh my god, that sucks, I don't want that anymore, and then bam, you're there, and they're just like, whoa, this is the type of person I have been looking for, this is the type of person I want to be with, that I see myself with here, and I want to get towards them. That's the type of energy here. We have the Four of Pentacles here as well. This energy to me feels like they were a little bit almost like saddened about their current situation. It feels like they felt like there was a little bit of a lack mentality, like they can't necessarily have you right now, or they can't take this chance right now. But definitely I feel like they saw you as everything that they ever wanted. They saw in an immensely beautiful light here. Let's see what else wants to come through here, please, Spirit. Yeah, we have the Queen of Cups here as very nurturing. Again, you might be a water sign, so Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Doesn't have to be, or you might have water in your chart somewhere. But this does feel like they, like everything I told you before, like very nurturing, very accepting of themselves, which is again a huge contrast. They saw you as someone very like laid back as well, someone very chill, someone who is not going to nag them, you know, someone who is going to flow with them, someone who is going to go with the flow. And they felt you like the type of person who is very easy to talk to, easy to get to know, easy to just get the ball rolling. And there felt like there was some type of like connection between the two of you from your person's side. It felt like you understood each other naturally, and there was this strong sense of a relationship starting to build between you two. Like there was something there definitely from their side. Let's see what else here. We have the Five of Swords reversed, and we also have the Six of Pentacles reversed. All right, so this to me feels like how they saw you, or was also, or basically this is not really how they saw you, this is just how they were approaching you, or how they were approaching your interaction. To me it feels just like they were holding themselves back from growing this further. It felt like, to them it felt like it's not right to do it. It felt like it's not right, like they would be creating chaos or danger with this. Five of Wands, like they would be creating trouble in their lives if they were to pursue you, if they were to pursue your connection specifically. Yeah, like they wanted to avoid conflict and conflicting situations in their home and in their life in general, and this is why they didn't proceed with anything in your interaction that would be more like a romantic connection or anything like that. They just really enjoyed you. And yeah, that's it. Like this person definitely saw you in a very beautiful light. Let's see what else we have here with these cards. Yeah, we have finding. Wow, how fitting. So finding, they found like the missing pieces of themselves. That's how this feels. It's very warm. They saw you as someone very warm, and also you made them feel incredibly warm inside, very loved, very nurtured, and they saw you as all of these qualities as well. We also have boundaries here. Interesting. So they saw you also as someone who's having a like very clear boundaries, someone who's not a pushover. They saw you as someone who is very clear about where they stand. So you're not just someone who can be like toyed with or just played with in any way. Like you are someone who's very playful, but at the same time you have like very clear, strict boundaries. Like you know where you stand, and you know what type of energy you are willing to accept here with boundaries showing up. And I feel like this is also why this person didn't try anything, because they saw like you have clear boundaries. They can't even mess this up with you, or they can't mess with you in any way when it comes to this connection. They just felt like no, I mean this energy of messing with you, or just having a fling, this didn't even enter their minds because of this strong boundary energy that you were holding. It was like, no, I can't even begin to fathom doing that. And they have psychic abilities. Okay, so I feel like your person might have also seen or recognized within you an element of being psychic because of that nurturing energy, because you are so attuned to people from their perspective, or they saw you as someone very attuned, someone very wise, as I said before. So I feel like they might have noticed that you're a little bit of a psychic, a little bit witchy, for example. Like there was something within you that definitely made them think of you as a little bit of a witchy person, or someone who has crystals at home, or someone who just practices these types of activities such as tarot or oracle readings or things like that. But definitely there was a lot of wisdom there. They thought you were very smart, very intelligent, and also that you saw through other people's masks. They saw you as someone who can see right through them, almost like you can see through their defenses, through their mechanisms, through their defense mechanisms, anything like that. You just went straight to the juice of this person, is what is coming through here. And they felt like this was a little bit unsettling, but at the same time they felt like they're finally being understood and seen for who they are, which was like, again, a very refreshing energy for this person to be in. Then we have the cosmos here. Yes, creativity and vastness. Yeah, this person definitely saw you as like a psychic person who is there for them, to challenge them a little bit, but to also give them guidance and to give them like this understanding of how to move forward and who to be when they are moving forward in their life. With creativity, I'm getting they saw you as someone very creative. Again, I'm seeing someone who's very intuitive, like intuitive wisdom. And that's what's coming through here. Just someone who follows their gut very strongly, someone who trusts themselves, someone who knows how to listen to their own guidance and how to share that with others. someone who also can see through other beings as well with the psychic abilities. This really resonates. This really is a strong connection, especially with vastness. It feels like you can feel into people, or you can like empathically deal with their energy without taking on too much here with boundaries. I feel like there's a very beautiful structure to that in your own field. And yeah, this person, they saw all of this in you. They saw you as the moon. They saw you in this beautiful light of someone who is shifting, someone who has many different qualities, but someone who is ultimately incredibly wise and is there like a challenge, like a messenger of Saturn almost, you know, to show them their karma and to show them how they can change their ways. That's what I'm picking up for you guys here. Like they found someone very, very important here. You're definitely someone who's incredibly important to this person. You have made a huge impact on this person's lives. I do have to just mention that for you guys. Even if you just saw them at this event and never again, you know, or if you have like passing interactions with them, you are a huge influence on this person. I have to say this. Even if it might not seem like that, like you are this big, you, how should I say this, spirit, you take on like a big portion of their life, even though they don't show that externally to other people, or they don't talk about that with you, but you like have this huge influence on them and how they see themselves and how they are choosing to live their life at the moment. Okay, so now for your cards here, we have number 18, your purpose is personal expansion. So the question here is, how can you be more intentional with your choices and live with more purpose? Yeah, so this energy, it's clarifying a little bit better what this person got out of your interaction. They were more aware of their personal expansion, what their purpose is as a result of meeting you. I feel like this goes both ways here. This might also just be a message for you now, something that you do have to see, but also, you know, this card is just showing us that you had like a huge influence on your person's life here. You helped them expand in a very major way. And we have trust your faith, dive into the unfolding journey. What is your faith asking of you? Number 17 here. Yeah, we have again the imagery of the moon here. And we have someone sort of going off into this desert, trusting that it's all going to be all right. And yeah, like this person saw you as, I almost feel like as a spirit guide. This initial interaction was like, this person is here to guide me and to give me faith that I can continue moving forward, then that I just have to choose what type of energy I want to be in and to choose love and not conflict. I feel like that's what your person got out of this. If you know, you feel like this also resonates for you, or if this is also a message to you, like for some of you it's going to be a message to you as well, like guidance for you. Trust your faith to dive into the unfolding journey and to ask yourself, what is your faith asking of you at the moment? But this is also just like, there are two little boxes here you can take out of each one. But yeah, this is like the energy that your person was in at the end of your interaction, but also this is the energy that I feel some of you need to reflect on at this moment. All right, so that's all I have for you, my beautiful group number 1. I hope this was helpful and I hope it was informative for you. Please let me know how it was for you in the comment section down below. As the YouTube mantra goes, don't forget to subscribe and also click the little like button. Other than that, I'm just wishing you all the best on your life journey. Looking forward to connect with you soon. If you're looking forward to booking a personal tarot reading with me, all the information is in the description box and in the pinned comment section below. So make sure to check that out, and I'll be connecting with you very, very soon. Have a beautiful day and bye. Mwah. Hello, group number 2. So if you picked this green Aventurine for your tarot reading, this is going to be a reading today for their first impressions of you. So we have these little cards which were pre-picked. We're just going to put them on the side here, and we are going to go ahead with some of these arcana of astrology cards, just to see what was going on, what was the situation, and what were the main energies that were coming through when they first saw you. So for group number 2, please, Spirit, what was group number 2's person thinking? We have Jupiter. Okay, expansion, abundance, very resonating here with the Aventurine stone. So let's see what else. Let's get a few more here. Jupiter, we have the 6th house here, very, very beautiful energy, 6th house. We also have Taurus energy showing up for us. It's going to make a bit more room over here. So Jupiter, 6th house, Taurus. Let's see what else wants to come through for group number 2, please, Spirit. So what were their person's first impressions? We have Capricorn energy. Okay, and let's take one more, please, Spirit. What was group number 1's person? Okay, we have the new moon and we have Chiron. Okay, interesting new moon here. And Chiron or Chiron, I'm not sure how to pronounce this. We have waxing crescent moon on the bottom of the deck here. All right, so let's get into it. First of all, like with Jupiter, I'm getting that your person saw you as someone very, very expansive, someone very I don't know, with a lot of opinions, maybe even. The ruler of Jupiter is Sagittarius, and the element of this is fire. All right, Jupiter is like the nickname here is the philosopher. So I feel like your person saw you, or their first impression of you was that you're a little bit philosophical, or that you're quite an intellectual person here. I feel like they connected you with books, with charm and charms, with sort of like papers and notebooks, writing into your notebooks, ink and pens. I don't know why, I just feel like I'm picturing someone writing in their notebooks. I feel like they interpreted or saw you as someone very scholarly here with Jupiter showing up. And also someone who is like a knowledge seeker, someone who is a seeker of knowledge, not just in terms of books, but also just in terms of life, in terms of everything. It's almost like you are on a search for expansion, a search for positivity, a wanderlust. There is a certain wanderlust to you here, and a wish to sort of risk it. There was a little bit of a riskiness to you here as well that your person sort of saw within you. A lot of positivity and also a lot of luck. Like they saw you as someone very, very lucky. Or their first impression of you was like you're super lucky, like you have this good fortune about yourself here. Yes, there's a feeling of positivity radiating off of you here with Jupiter showing up as well, and also the energy of sharing this positivity with other people, sort of fostering discussion and the interpersonal connection that we all need. Jupiter is also the type of planet that takes the ideas and makes them bigger and makes them better. So it's also not really about being rigid in your beliefs, which is interesting because we do have Capricorn and Taurus here. So I feel like there was a little bit like of an interesting interplay in your person's mind in terms of you encompassing like this risk mentality, or like this behavior or personality of being a little bit risky or a risk taker, but at the same time someone who is quite a little bit rigid, or someone who likes their comfort zone a little bit here with Taurus, with Capricorn showing up. So I feel like they were a little bit like, who is this person? They seem interesting. They are quite multi-layered. So yeah, I feel like they also saw you as someone who is quite a critical thinker, but in a good way. And also someone who likes to expand their knowledge and likes to question things. And yeah, like question things that are usually already taken for granted. That's the type of energy that I'm getting here. Just like a philosopher. A meme is coming to mind, you know, where you have like Backstreet Boys and toddlers and philosophers, and it's like a Venn diagram, and in the middle of all of these it's like, tell me why, you know. That's the type of energy that I'm picking up here. Like you are a seeker, you are someone who likes to know, someone who likes to understand, and it's always like, tell me why, you know, why is this like this? I want to know, I want to understand. I'm not accepting the social discourse about this, for example, you know. It's like you want to find things out for yourself, and it feels like this person really admired this in you the first time that you met. Like they were like, oh my god, wow, this person, they think for themselves, they're quite interesting, they're quite a little bit intense in that, but you know, intense in a very interesting and expanding sense. Then we have the sixth house. The sixth house is the house of health and habits, and also the ruler of this is Virgo and Mercury. The house type here is work. So I am getting lists, I'm getting the energy of confidence, I'm getting the energy of change, and I'm also getting the energy of like work and the grind, which is similar here with Capricorn showing up for us. So yeah, the sixth house or the sixth house card is basically a sign that it's time to get back to work. So I feel like your energy here, or the first impression that your person got from you, is also that you are quite a workaholic type of person. That also came up in the group number 1. I don't know why, but it's interesting. Like, tell me why. Why is this happening, Spirit? Yeah, sharing energies. Maybe that's a collective energy, but maybe you were someone who was going back to work, or someone who was on a break and were off to work again. That's the type of energy that I'm picking up here. Yeah. There was like a work routine that was embedded in all of this. Like your person saw you as someone who is off to work, someone who is interested in working, someone who might have, you know, had like a list, like a to-do list, even at this time, of things that you wanted to do, or just the talk about, you know, talk in the group. I'm sorry, I don't know what's happening with my words. The talk in the group setting, or the talk with this person, was about to work. It was very much about something external to you, something that you are going to do out there. So yes, I feel like they also saw you as someone who is definitely quite habitual, but again, that's like a contradiction to the Jupiter here. So they definitely saw you as someone who's quite filled with contradictions here. At the same time, they also saw you as someone who really likes to take care of their health. Okay, so someone who likes to take care of their body, someone who likes to make sure that they eat well, someone who likes to make sure that they are taken care of, and just appreciated, someone who also likes good food. With Taurus, what's coming through as their first impression of you was that you like good food, good drinks, and that you like material things. Maybe you're just dressed fancy in some manner, but you know, with Taurus, with Venus coming through here, there was this element of you being sort of someone who stands out, like in terms of how you look. There was something special about you, something that made you sort of pop out to others. There was a Venus quality to you that's like, you know, an attractive energy, very feminine energy also with Taurus here, but also just this energy of beauty and being like a little bit artistic in your expression of your external looks. So how you present yourself to the world, it felt like it's a little bit artistic. So your person also saw you as someone very grounded and someone who is very beautiful, someone who is like someone who is this type of person who appreciates simplicity, and someone who appreciates pleasure, someone who appreciates security, comfort, but without being too attached to that here with this beautiful Jupiter showing up as well. They saw someone who's quite secure, someone who is a little bit stubborn here as well, and someone who does have quite a lot of internal strength is what I'm picking up here also. Then we have the Capricorn energy. The planetary ruler here is Saturn. And what I'm getting here, what they thought of you here with Capricorn showing up is that you're quite determined, you're hardworking, you're logical, focused. There was a sense of respect around you. So you sort of have this aura about you, or had this aura about you that demands respect. You know, you respect others, but you also have that aura around you that demands respect here. Your person might have even, like on certain occasions, they might have seen you as a little bit insecure here as well with Capricorn being present. But also someone very ambitious, someone who is focused on success, someone who likes to be respected, someone who also is a little bit of a sucker for power. But yeah, like they might have also interpreted this energy of yours as a little bit of an insecurity, because with Capricorn, for example, it's possible that Capricorn's underlying drive comes from a place of insecurity. So this part of our chart, for example, can also show where we felt inadequate as a child. And I feel like here your person might have seen you as a little bit insecure in certain areas, especially if this had something to do with work, and if you were a little bit unsure about certain things. This might even be your superior here. Like for some of you, this feels like this is like a mentor or a boss figure or someone like that. Doesn't have to be. Maybe this person is just a little bit older than you, more comfortable with things that you were working on, for example. It just feels like they were a little bit, you know, like I'm going to help you here, approaching you in that way. So yes, that's basically what's showing up here. Let's look now at the new moon. With the new moon, what is coming through is basically the energy of beginnings, or not really knowing where you are currently going. So it's almost like it's a beginning. It felt like a beginning, this whole interaction. So their first impression of you was like a blank slate here, I'm getting, with this new moon energy. Because the new moon is basically just, it represents the starting point in the lunar cycle. It's like about a new beginning. It's about things that are going to start. And to me, this feels like this person didn't necessarily know too much about you, but this was like the starting point of something for them, or they felt like this was an important starting point for them and for you here also, for your interaction, for your connection in general. And then we have here the Chiron or Chiron. I'm not sure how to pronounce this. Also matching colors. Anyway, Chiron, this card is basically the healer. So this asteroid is the healer energy. Symbols associated with it are keys, herbs, shooting stars, and rainbows. I'm not sure why. Maybe this is like something important for some of you. I felt like I wanted to share that with you guys. The keywords with Chiron are about healing, about knowledge. It's also about gifts, silver lining, hope, despair, sadness. So Chiron often appears in a reading when we have like feelings of self-doubt, for example, and this feeling of self-doubt we just can't shake. So I feel like there was something still quite connected to this energy of insecurity or self-doubt here, that was present here, that your person recognized within you. Yeah, I feel like they also recognize that there is a beautiful energy or like a balance between how you are internally focused and how you are externally focused on things. Yeah. Like also the energy that you might sometimes be focusing on doing productive things in your life and sometimes focusing on your emotions a lot. It felt like you are quite an intense person here, to be quite honest. Yeah, like this person, they saw you as someone who's quite intense, someone who is quite all in on one thing at one time. You know, if you're focused on work, you're all in work. If you're focused on emotions, or if something is wrong emotionally, you're all in that. They felt you as someone who is like the energy of extremes, but also someone who is very knowledgeable and someone who can really make a difference in the world if they do try. So they saw you as someone very, very special here, to be quite honest with you. So let's see what else here, what else wants to show up. We are going to be using the Cat Tarot. So let's see, Spirit, please, for group number 2 here. So what were they thinking? What was their person thinking when they saw group number 2, sorry, for the first time? We have we have the 6 of Cups. Okay, so they felt like there was a feeling of home between the two of you, or like a feeling of recognition or understanding. With this card, again, it feels like this is like a superior teaching you something. It just has that strong sense of energy of someone who is more knowledgeable teaching you about something. There was this energy of containing you or trying to contain you. They felt like you were a little bit all over the place with this 5 of Wands energy, like you were a little bit maybe scattered over some things. Like they saw you as someone very guarded a little bit, but also someone who is quite grounded within themselves, but someone who was at this time scattered or worrying or having some self-doubts about something, and they tried to make you feel better here, is what I'm getting. They saw you as someone very beautiful. They felt a strong connection with you here with the 6 of Cups. They felt you as someone just like a soulmate or like a kindred soul. They recognized themselves in you, to be quite honest, here with the 6 of Cups, which is a very beautiful energy to have. We have the Star. Okay, so they saw you as someone very, very hopeful. I also saw the Emperor there and the Knight of Wands, but they saw you as someone who is very authentic, someone who is very hopeful, someone who is a little bit of an experimenter at times, someone who doesn't necessarily take the established road, but someone who likes to try things their own way. So they saw you as a little bit of a non-conformist in that area. But overall, I feel like they definitely respected you a lot for who you are and for your authenticity. Here with the star showing up, they saw you as someone quite controlled as well, but also someone who is very balanced with temperance. This is again a Sagittarius energy. With the star, we have Aquarius energy, by the way. So yeah, a great deal of balance and harmony. They saw you as someone very serene also, someone who is a little bit of a warrior, but also someone who gives off a very beautiful, serene energy or a beautiful, serene quality. Someone who makes other people feel at peace or feel relaxed here with temperance. Yeah, they also saw you as someone a little bit playful, to be honest, with temperance here, and someone who might sometimes stir up trouble just for the sake of playing around a little bit. So there was this sense of playfulness, a sense of joy that they recognized in you as well. And we have the Hierophant showing up. This is just the energy of someone being very wise, being very smart, knowing where things stand and what the social structure is and sort of adhering to that, but also not really, you know. We have Taurus here again, so we have Sagittarius and Taurus almost coming up twice here for this reading. And to me, this feels like there is this interesting like dichotomy about you. There's like a conflict in terms of your qualities that your person recognized here. It was like expansion, interesting, like playful person, risk taker. But then it's like, yeah, security, comfort, boundaries, doing this that is established and feeling good and safe about doing that. You know, it's that type of energy. You sort of take on both of them, and this makes you very interesting to hang out with from this person's perspective, but also like super intelligent with the Hierophant, very wise, very wise here. Someone who has gone through a lot with the Hierophant. I'm getting also like this person saw you as someone who has had major life lessons ahead of time even, and I feel like this energy of you having major life lessons made this person connect with you even more. I feel like they felt a sense of kinship with you. It might even be that this person also went through a similar situation when they were growing up, that they had to face difficulties, and so they really were able to resonate with you on that level, and they really just vibed with you on that and recognized you for what you are. I feel like they really feel a certain great amount of kinship with you here, to be honest. Like that there's this beautiful energy that's shared between the two of you, almost like friendships and friends that have known each other for a really long time. Like this person might even be someone from your past life, for example, for some of you, because I am getting there is a very strong connection here. So let's see what we have. We have lighten your load. Yeah, with lighten your load, I feel like your person saw you as someone whose load needs to be lightened. They felt like they had to step up and make you feel better, make you feel secure and taken care of, because of maybe this little bit of a warrior energy that's coming through from this side with Chiron and Capricorn here. We have prosperity. So this person saw you as someone who is very successful, someone who is going to be very successful. They saw you as very abundant, but not just abundant in terms of material wealth, but just abundant in terms of health with the sixth house there, abundant in terms of where you are going in your life. So they definitely saw a great deal of potential in you when they first met you. They saw you as someone who's very lucky, who just has luck follow them everywhere they go, but also someone who's super prosperous because of this, because luck follows you, but also you tend to do the work, and you tend to do the work, but also luck follows you. So it's almost like your prosperity is doubled from this person's perspective here. And we have reconciliation here. This is interesting, to be honest. I don't feel like there was a reconciliation here, unless there was like the energy of, you doing something and this being your boss, and them just having this talk with you about how things are being done and what you shouldn't be doing. So it was like coming to harmonious interaction and knowing where you two stand and what should be done and what is not going to be tolerated, for example, here. But I'm with this card, I'm getting like two souls connecting. More than that, more than the reconciliation energy, I'm getting just the two people really vibing with one another, really having this beautiful eye contact and sharing that energy and just sharing in the love and the friendship and the joy, and just sort of recognizing the beauty and the light in each other is what I'm feeling here. I don't know why, but this just feels like this is a very important person to you. It feels like it's like a soulmate, kindred spirit, someone who is very, very near you, someone who understands you, not necessarily someone who is close to you in the physical, but someone who has a strong potential to understand you here and to know where you come from and to be just a guide and a protector of yours in some manner. Then we have here the web weaver. We have synchronicity, divine intelligence, and cause and effect. Okay, with this energy, I'm getting like, yes, there was a cause and effect here. I'm strongly getting this energy that, you know, some of you did something and then it was like, okay, we need to have the talk about that. And I feel like this was a workplace for some of you. Like your person felt like they need to have a talk with you about what has happened with the cause and effect. But another thing here is what's strongly coming through is this divine intelligence energy. It feels like this was divinely orchestrated. It feels like this interaction, you two meeting here in this precise area, in this precise energy, it feels like it was divine synchronicity. It was meant to happen this way, precisely with the same energy, precisely with the same words, precisely in this time. It feels like this was like meant to be. It's like divine intelligence brought you together. With divine intelligence, I'm also picking up soul contracts here for some of you, you know, like you have a soul contract with this person to meet them precisely at this time, precisely when you are in this area of your life and in this energy, so that you can interact, so that you can meet, and so that you can grow and help each other develop. This is basically what I'm picking up here with the web weaver. Now let's look at these cards. So these cards, they are going to tell us a little bit more about the situation at hand, but these cards, they are also going to possibly be guidance for some of you. So you can take them as, you know, both guidance and as messengers for the situation. You can take them only as messengers for the situation, or you can take them as only guidance, whatever resonates for you guys. So first of all, we have here number 24. Anxiety isn't trying to limit you, but free you from a situation that no longer feels good. And the question for you is, what is your discomfort trying to free you from? All right, so with this energy here, it feels like this person was coming towards you to help you. What their intention was, it was to lighten your load. It was to help you be more prosperous, help you be more successful, or to be better at a task that you might have been struggling with, that you might have had self-doubts about, or that you might have messed something up, and this person was, okay, let me help you, let me teach you, let me show you how to do this. And this is where your relationship then developed. So that's what I'm picking up here, like someone who is offering you a helping hand. That was basically this person's intention here. And then we have number 14 here. Forgiveness will set you free. What do you need to forgive yourself for? Okay, with this card, I'm getting like the energy of I messed up, or I did something that I maybe shouldn't have done. You know, it's that type of feeling of someone taking a risk and then that risk ending up badly and then sort of being scolded for that. Again, it's like, it's the energy of being taken to the principal's office when you sort of were having fun and were doing something, but then, you know, you get a little bit scolded or told off. But at the same time, this person recognizes you as someone who's very successful, very good, very hard worker, but also you have this risk quality to you. So there was a sense of forgiveness here, or a need to forgive, a need to understand. All right, so yeah, that's what I'm picking up. Let's see if what else. There is something else about this energy. Again, with this little sun, I am feeling into that energy of divine timing. Like this was orchestrated. This sort of had to come to this situation for you two to meet. It was just, it was necessary to happen in this way, it feels like. Just very, very interesting energy. It almost feels deterministic, but it's not, you know. You chose to be here with your free will. At the same time, it feels like very deterministic, like you agreed to this in your soul contracts. But you could have changed this with your free will along the way, but you chose not to. So you ended up in this situation with this person, having met and interacting with them. But yeah, also, what do you need to forgive yourself for with this card? If you have been, you know, putting a lot of pressure on yourself, do try to lighten your load a little bit. Forgive yourself for what you have done. If you have taken risks, you know, forgive yourself for taking those risks. Think of them as growth for yourself. I feel like your person here also, they try to offer you some guidance. They try to offer you, yeah, just guidance, understanding here with this big cat and the small cat. You know, just a sense of, okay, you can mess up. You can throw your food out of the basket. It's fine, but you know, I'm still going to sort of have this talk with you about this. But it was all sort of divinely orchestrated anyway. All right, so yeah, that's all I have for you here, my beautiful group number 2. I hope this resonated and I hope it was helpful. I hope it gave you clarity upon your situation or another perspective on how to think about this situation. So thank you so much for connecting with me. Thank you so much for watching. Blessings to you, my beautiful group number 2. I want to thank all of our ancestors and guides for allowing us to channel these messages. Also, group number 2, don't forget the little YouTube mantra. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and also comment below if you feel like you want to share anything. If you feel like you want to book a personal tarot reading with me, all the information is in the description box down below this video. So make sure to check that out if you're interested. Other than that, I'm sending you so much love, so much light, and I'm hoping to connect with you soon through other videos. Bye. Mwah. Hello, group number 3. Welcome to reading. So if you picked the beautiful rose quartz crystal for today for your tarot reading, this is going to be your reading. So we are going to throw or put these little cards here, and we are going to be looking at them towards the end of your reading. So first of all, what we are going to be doing, we are going to be looking at the arcana of astrology and getting some astrological signs or houses or whatever wants to come through for you for this reading. So Spirit, please, for group number 3 here today, we are asking about group number 3's person's first impressions of them. So group number 3's person's first impressions of them, we have Taurus. I'm getting a very attractive energy here from this Taurus, to be quite honest. Yeah, very sort of Venus-y vibe. Let's get you a few more here. So let's see, we have Pallas Antenna here, and we also have Venus showing up, so very fitting. Just as I was telling you about this Venus-y vibe, Venus also wanted to show up. Pallas Antenna as your asteroid. What else? Spirit, please, for group number 3, what was going on here? What were their first impressions of group number 3? What were their first impressions of group number 3 here? I think that this person was just head over heels in love with you the first time that they saw you, to be quite honest. This is a very explicit energy. We have Sagittarius, we have Vesta showing up here. So Sagittarius, very playful energy. This is quite a different reading compared to the other 2 groups. I mean, it's similar in some manner, just that this one is like pointing out other dimensions to us, or other should I say, like putting out other, yeah, dimensions, other qualities are being more explicit here. We have Vesta here. I'm not sure what this one is exactly. I'm going to have to check what this one is in the booklet for you guys. And we have Pisces here on the bottom of the deck for us. All right, so first of all, with Taurus and with Venus here also, you know, Taurus is ruled by Venus. So what I'm getting here is definitely a strong energy of someone who is very attractive, someone who is very stubborn. So what did they think of you when they first met you or when they first saw you? Their first impressions of you were like you're very grounded, you're very beautiful. They might have felt like you're quite an artistic person here also. You do tend to exhibit some type of quality of beauty, but also there is a quality of dreaminess to you here with Taurus showing up. We have someone who's very stubborn, but also someone who is like emotionally very, very strong. So those are the qualities sort of showing up for you at the first initial moment. Another thing here with Taurus, I'm getting just someone who is very beautiful, just someone who has very nice makeup. Like your beauty, your physical appearance is something that really stood out, and this is like the only pile in which this is really so strongly apparent. But for you guys with Taurus and with Venus here, there was a strong sense of attraction, like love attraction, romantic attraction here, and a strong sense of just this person being sort of blown off their feet or swept off their feet because of the way that you looked to them. There was a certain energy to you. With Venus, how they saw you was also, you know, very beautiful, very loving, and to this person you represented a divine feminine energy. This is like the energy of surrender, the energy of flow, the energy of beauty, the energy of nurturance and allowing as well. You know, it's a very beautiful energy. It's like beauty and values, love and relationships. It's a very attractive, a very, very flirty energy here also. So I feel like, you know, this person saw your interaction almost like a little bit of a date even. There is that energy of just hanging together, expressing ourselves, and sort of creating more intimacy between the two of us. That's the type of energy that I'm picking up with you here. So also someone with a lot of Venus energy will be quite alluring or is very alluring and have a natural magnetism about them, even if they are very shy or reserved. Okay, so your person definitely saw you as someone with a lot of magnetic energy, someone very alluring, someone very sexy and sexual or sensual in nature. It's important to know that, like, it's almost like all classical beauty. It's almost like, I don't know, maybe you have a certain classical beauty about you, like something about your appearance is just classic and sort of for every single person, you know, to recognize as beautiful. Yeah, I feel like there is also a sense of appreciation of the simple things here with Venus. Like you two sort of appreciated something beautiful together, or this person at least appreciated something beautiful together with you. So yeah, very magical energy about you radiating out. That's what's coming through. Also a lot of harmony here, and the sense also there was a sense of you being very sort of important. There was a sense of deserving that your person recognized within you here is what's coming through. And yeah, just a lot of intimacy. It felt like this person definitely sort of tried to facilitate intimacy between the two of you. Then we have here the Palace Athena. So this is the energy of a warrior. And I don't know why, I'm just, for some of you, I'm always guided to talk about symbols that are connected to some of these cards, it's like I have to talk about this. So I'm just going to tell you some of the symbols. It's about craftsman tools. It's about spears, shields, paint brushes, and gold. Maybe that's like a message or synchronicity for some of you, but that's something that I was guided to share. Also, keywords connected to Pallas Athena. I always want to say Antia, but I don't know why. So yes, it's connected to intelligence. So how your person saw you was very intelligent, was as someone very creative, was as someone very, very wise, someone who has an energy or an atmosphere of liberation about them, someone who also has the energy of diplomacy about them, someone who's quite zealous. And also your person might have seen you as someone who is a little bit of an overly critical person about themselves or also about others here. So yeah. So in general, Pallas Athena is a very powerful goddess of political activism, and she was also the patron of art and craftsmanship. So basically, this card is also talking about being brave in combat. But that doesn't mean much unless you have a sword to use. And if that sword happens to be beautiful, then that's just a bonus. So it's like, it's like this warrior, beautiful goddess, divine feminine energy that's coming through this reading. This is how your person saw you. As also someone who's very focused on activism or rights, other people's rights. So yeah, there's this beautiful feminine quality that's associated with this card as well. Especially in contrast to a world that only values only masculine stereotypes in diplomacy and in politics. So that's just very, very beautiful is what I'm getting here. This person recognized you as a divine feminine expression of those traits that we usually see like in politics and in diplomatic sharing between people. So it's this card, it's also about tactical nature, being a feminist, being politically involved, but not someone who rushes into things. So it's almost like it's also a mediating energy. It's about diplomacy, It's about doing everything else before to just reach an agreement or to reach some type of an understanding between us. So there's a strong sense of like diplomacy in you. There's a strong beauty here, but also you're someone who really sticks to your values and sticks to standing up for yourself and for other people here. So it's a strong energy of protection and love. It's also a strong energy of like the left in politics, that's just, strong activism energy and standing up for what we want to see in the world. It's that strength of character, which is connected to Taurus with that stubborn nature as well. But also there's a beautiful expression of this with Venus. And also, the recognition of beauty here with Pallas and Athena. It's very, very beautiful. All right, let's see now what wants to come through here with Sagittarius. So this is the Archer. So again, we have that Archer warrior energy here a little bit. But also, this energy is about Jupiter. It's about optimism. How your person saw you was also very optimistic, was as someone who is interested in exploration, was as someone who is very knowledgeable and also a knowledge seeker, someone who is like a lifelong learner, someone who likes knowledge, someone who likes to know new things, very sort of connected to this energy of Athena as well. So we have also commitment here, a focus on religion also a little bit, focus on sort of searching and developing yourself, sort of having that wanderlust quality is what's coming through here also. But it's also like a drive to understand everything around you. Like there's like a keen interest in things that are both intellectual and physical, and like a lot of adaptability about all of this. It's what's coming through here and how your person saw you. There's this thirst for knowledge, like wanting to learn everything that your person recognized in you, a great sense of optimism and exuberance, and this wish to crave to be a participant in the world, even like wanting to participate in the world and its events. So yeah, like many different hobbies, many different interests. There's a sense of honesty about you here that your person might have been a little taken back by, but also they really, really appreciate that about you. And yeah, like there is a sense of having a lot of interests, but also being a little bit irritable. That's also connected here with the Taurus, with stubbornness, like being a little bit irritable about what it is that you are wanting or what it is that you stand for. Okay, so let's now look at Vesta. I'm going to look at the booklet for this one because I'm really not sure what this card is at all. So Vesta here, this one is the Keeper, or is termed the Keeper energy. So the symbols here are the fire, candles, donkeys, which is interesting, and kettles and hearts. I don't even know what that is. Not being an English speaker is like, what? All right. So Vesta was the Roman goddess of the home and the hearth, and her worshippers were known as the Vestal Virgins. Okay. Let's read a little bit about this. So Vesta and her sisters were swallowed by their father, who was worried they would usurp his power. Upon being freed, Vesta swore she would never be trapped by a man again. There is that activism again. And she took a vow of chastity and created her perfect idea of home. All right, so interesting. So in astrology, Vesta represents a higher calling within ourselves. So there's that sort of activism, doing something that's like a higher purpose. Yeah, this person sees you as, or saw you as, someone who is definitely focused on something more than just themselves, you know. You're focused on something for the people also, or for, you know, focusing on some type of value that you really value, you know, and it's sort of propagating that into the world. So there's a potential for service and devotion that your person recognized within you. Your person also recognized within you a lot of warmth, nurturance. Just, it feels like it's repeating itself, you know, like those qualities were very strong for you and how your person saw you. They also saw you as someone very devoted to your cause and what you see as your purpose, and also someone who is very tending and focused on what it is that you are wanting. So it's almost like you are very passionate about what you believe in here. You have these sparks of inspiration and you feel like an urge to create from this person's perspective. So it's important from their perspective to also try to direct it productively, because they feel like sometimes you might not approach this in a very productive manner. But yeah, they definitely saw as someone quite intense. Yeah, someone who is also a little bit judgmental. Occasionally they saw that within you as well. And yeah, like you're someone who is very intense, someone who gives it 110% and really wants to see things all the way through, is what I'm getting here. Yeah, and just this sense of the higher purpose. This is a strong energy here, strong sense of doing something that is going to outlast you. Wow, that was just very deep. Very interesting. So fish. Oh my god, I just like that. It just is like we went from 0 to, you know, from 100 to 0 in like a split second. Like there was this intensity reading, and then I was like, okay, fish. Let's talk about fish now with Pisces here. Alrighty, so Pisces, what they also saw within you, their first impression was you, grace. Also emotional confusion a little bit. I feel like that's something that they mirrored onto you, because they were a little bit confused about how well you are looking. There was a little bit of a mystical feeling about you, a dreaminess, definitely, as I was picking up before with the Taurus, but with Pisces, that's even more apparent. Someone who's very sensitive to the world and to the other people. a very, very dreamy and mystical energy, like a light haze is surrounding everything type of energy with you here as well. But also someone who is very reflective, someone who is very intelligent with Pisces, someone who is very contemplative. Okay. Yeah, a little bit of a shadow thing that your person saw within you was also that you might be a little bit too sensitive, but do take that with a grain of salt, because this is your person's perspective that we are talking about. This doesn't mean that this is how you are, my sweet group number 3, but this is just how your person interpreted you or saw you the first time that you met. All right, so they saw you as someone who can be very sensitive, someone overly sensitive occasionally, and someone who might imagine problems that aren't actually there, okay? So they felt you as sometimes reading too much into something also, as a part of all of this energy that we were talking about before. But overall, the focus is on this grace and this beauty that they recognized within you. So let's see what else wants to come through here with the tarot now. Right, so for group number 3, wow, we have the Emperor. Oh, I wanted to say the Empress. We have the Emperor energy. I feel like they saw you as someone very contained, very controlled, someone who is... Interesting, because we have divine feminine, we have divine masculine. I feel like you might be a person who is strong, like a twin flame, one aspect of the twin flames. You might have a twin flame out there, or you already met them, because we have strong divine feminine, divine masculine energies represented in this group. So just a little bit of a side note there for you about your twin flame journey. You are definitely the type of person who has a twin flame out there. But yeah, what I'm getting here is the energy of control, the energy of leadership is strong with you. This is that warrior side that we were talking about before. This was very, very strongly showing up with you. Someone who is taking control, someone who is liking structure. And so also someone who is like a little bit of a pickle to deal with, because you are such a beautiful feminine energy and so dreamy, but at the same time you're someone who takes charge and does things. Here with the Emperor, you are not someone who likes conflict, or you like to sort of solve conflict in a very rational manner. Here is how your person sees you. So they see you as someone very rational, very intelligent here. Let's see what else as well. Someone who is very good with their words. So you are someone who is very eloquent, someone who's very good at expressing themselves, I should say here. So let's see what else. Very diplomatic, definitely. We have the 4 of Cups here. I feel like your person saw you as you grieving something, or there is a sense of sadness there. So I feel like your person recognized a sense of sadness within you here with this card, or like you're waiting for something, like you are facing the world about something that has happened in your childhood or in your adolescent life, that you are sort of trying to prove to yourself something, or trying to live through something that was traumatic, or something that was sad. There's a sense of grieving here, like looking for something in this world that would give you that missing piece of yourself. It's like a very moody, a very dreamy, like hazy feeling, but I feel like your person picked up on this for you, like you're searching for something, like a long lost home or something currently. Like they saw that in your eyes, in your mood, when you maybe finished talking and when your eyes matched, there was this sense of looking for home that they recognize within your eyes. Okay, we also have the 2 of Pentacles. So they saw you as someone who is maybe a little bit chaotic at certain times, maybe just, yeah, it's interesting because we also have Temperance here, but it's just like someone, sometimes you take on a lot more than you can chew, is what this person is saying. And sometimes you do tend to focus on things that are like the miniature details, and you tend to stress too much over that from this person's perspective again. So they think like maybe you could just lessen your load a little bit more. Like they saw you as someone who is stressing too much over things that don't need to be stressed over that much. But also here with Temperance, they saw you as someone very, very harmonic, someone very graceful, someone very optimistic. This is again Sagittarius energy showing up, so we have double Sagittarius here. We have also Aries, by the way, with the Emperor showing up. So it's like someone who likes to be the center of attention, but also someone who's very diplomatic, someone who is focused on balance, someone who is focused on harmonic relationships, and someone who does feel like they want to create these types of relationships for everyone on this earth. It feels like there's a strong activist energy for you, but it's all about just creating love and balance between other people and to have less conflict in the world. I feel like that's like your end goal. That's what you are doing, that's what you're wanting to create and to see in the world. All right, so let's now look at these cards. So what do we have over here? So we have willpower. Yeah, definitely your person recognizes you as someone with a lot of willpower. Someone like they're basically saying, I will not get in their way. I don't want to get in their way. Like this person is a force to be reckoned with. They're so stubborn, and they have like so much control, but also such a good intuition and luck on their side here with Sagittarius and warrior energy, that, you know, it's almost like, oof, I don't want to be on their bad side. We also have new beginnings here. So I am sensing like this person saw something beginning for you in terms of a relationship. Like they were definitely, I feel like, playing with the idea of you two turning into a more romantic connection, because they were definitely very attracted to you, also sexually attracted to you, physically attracted, however you want to take that. But yeah, they saw that there was a potential to create something more with you. Like there was a new beginning here, that there was like some type of a relationship forming, some type of intimacy forming between the two of you here. And we also have here transformation. Okay, with transformation, I am getting the energy that your person saw you as many different things. Like you are the type of person who shifts very, very often from one type of energy to the other type of energy. It almost was like you are this butterfly, this beautiful, serene, graceful, beautiful, loving butterfly, but within yourself you have so many different, let's say, personalities or selves that you step into. So there's, for example, this one can be the divine feminine aspect of you. This is just very nurturing, accepting, allowing, flowy. Then this one here can be, for example, the divine masculine energy that we have showing up here. That's about taking charge, you know, being there, sharing leadership, being a warrior type of a person, you know, standing up for what you believe in, taking control, making lists, creating things in the external world, sort of taking charge and being an activist, for example. Then this one can be a very dreamy self. This one can be an overly critical self. This one can be a very stubborn, like inner child self. So what I'm getting here is this person saw as someone who is very I'm getting like the energy of muchness. I wanted to say like you are a lot, but it's not like you are a lot. You're like many different perspectives in one, and you can easily shift from one type of personality or one type of self to the other, depending on what you need to do and who you have to sort of be in the world to create the outcome that you want to have. That's coming through here very, very strong. So the person sees you as someone who's very transformative, someone who's very exciting and excitable. We also have the Fire Prince, optimism and aggression. Okay, so the Fire Prince, this is that fire warrior element of you that they saw you as. You might be a fire sign, so Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries here. We have Sagittarius twice, we have Aries here as well, so might be a sign, might resonate for some of you, or you might just have very strong fire in your chart. but overall this person sees you as, you know, as said before, as someone they don't want to mess with, someone they don't want to get in the way of, because you are just very straightforward. You're the one who is going to go for it. If you see that you want something, if you see like there is something that you have to stand for, you're going to stand for it. And it's like there's no use in stopping you, because you are doing that. That's like your purpose, that's your mission. And you have like these strong values, strong potential, strong feelings of standing up for what you believe in and standing for what you believe in. And there's like a fieriness to you about all of that. It's like an internal fire, an internal drive that your person recognizes within you, like a very passionate energy about that, but also very much optimistic about the world, about making this happen, about creating these things for yourself. All right, so lastly, now we are going to be focusing on these two cards. These two cards can be interpreted as two things. They are going to be both guidance for you if you're seeking guidance, or if you feel like you need some guidance in your life currently. And secondly, they are going to be about just extra information about what went on in this first interaction with you and your person. So what was happening there, like guidance, and also like extra information about that. All right, so first of all, we have number 16 here. We have Midas touch. Things are working out in your favor. In what ways are you abundant right now? All right, so I feel like with this card showing up, it was like this person felt you were bound to meet, like there was something that you had to share with one another, that there was a necessary energetic exchange here, I'm feeling. I don't really know what type of energetic exchange it was necessarily, but there was definitely something that you had to share with this person. There was an energetic component that they had to give you, and an energetic component that you have to give them. And there was this necessity to sort of, I'm getting the energy of activation, but also like strong solar plexus activation and root chakra activation. So it's about passion, it's about creativity, it's about sexual and sensual energy here also. And it's also about feeling very grounded and sort of settled in the world. So I feel like you both sort of had to really ground each other, but also it feels like you had to activate this person's sexual urges towards you, and maybe vice versa, they also activated that within you. Like for some of you, it doesn't necessarily have to resonate, but there was a necessary kind of energetic exchange that had to be shared within you, that had to sort of activate you both in some manner. All right, so that's what's coming through here, like a strong sort of sizzling connection between the two of you. Then we have number 42, oneness is the way. How can you show more compassion and acceptance towards those you don't understand? All right, so I feel like this is just a beautiful message overall, but I also feel like this was like the overall energy of your connection with this person. Like you both tried to understand each other. There was this sense of intellectual, diplomatic conversation, just having fun with each other, but also trying to recognize and see from the other person's point of view, sort of expanding your horizons type of energy was very connected to you and to this person. Yeah, how this person saw you was definitely like a queen, an angel queen that came into their lives and made their life better. They saw you also as person they can discuss things with, a person they can discuss difficult things with, difficult concepts with, while at the same time you are there like super pretty and they can have like intellectual stimulating conversations with you. It's like, who, where did you come from? Like that very cheesy and overly used quality of like, you know, the guy asking another person or a girl, for example, on a date, or you know, when they are taking a step towards them at a bar, it's like, you know, where did you fall from? Heaven? you know, because you're an angel. It's that type of energy, you know. Did you fall from heaven because you're an angel? That's how this person felt for you, but they didn't really resort to those types of words, thank God. But yeah, that's what I'm picking up here, and this is the note on which I'm going to finish up this reading for you today. So thank you so much for connecting with me, group number 3. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, as the YouTube mantra goes. If you want to book a personal tarot reading, all the information is in the description box and in the pinned comment below also, so you can check that out if you're interested. We have beautiful illumination by the sun showing up here, so that's very nice to be soaked in some of that beautiful light to finish up this reading. So thank you so much for connecting with me. I want to thank all of our spirits and spirit guides for allowing us to channel these messages, and also our ancestors for allowing us to be here and channel these things and to just have fun and enjoy life. So thank you everyone. Thank you for being present, for being available today. Thank you group number 3 for connecting with me. That rhymes. And I'm hoping to connect with you soon and see you in another one of my videos. Have a beautiful day, group number 3, and ciao. Mwah.